Hi, I'm Kare Possick. Are you looking for ways to bring in more abundance for you and your family? We're in crazy times right now, and I've been working with a company that has a mission to help people physically, mentally, emotionally, and through giving back to the people that are sharing in such a huge way. I mean, up to 71% of their profits go back to the people that are sharing their life-changing quantum nutritional products. If this has interested you, then watch the video. My son, Joshua, interviews several women my age and older who are bringing in great abundance for their families, and then explains the comp plan in a way that even I understood it. So if this has an interest to you, then please take the time and watch this video.
And tonight we're going to have something a little different. We're going to be bringing in other transformation affiliates to share what they've have going on in their businesses, to show just the joy that this system has brought them. And then after that, we're going to go into the nitty gritty. They've asked me to show a little bit of the back office and how that works tonight. And we're going to just really quickly go into the basics of the compensation plan tonight. But with this started, I want to bring on Peggy. And Peggy, with what you've seen so far with this amazing compensation, let me ask you a few questions, okay?
Yes.
When you start seeing your people understanding what you're doing and you're seeing people start duplicating, it's very quick when you start seeing the money start flowing in from the efforts of sharing and helping others get over their issues and their conditions. Can I have you speak to that a little bit to start us off?
So what I found is people don't even really understand that they're being compensated when they start telling other people that this is a great product. And then maybe a month or two down the road, I ask them to go into their back office and look at their compensation. And it's just surprising, as it was for me. So today is a year since I signed up with new extracts, exactly to the day. And within a few months, I had, I think, 12 people signed up as affiliates, and $5,000 just piled up really, really fast. So, it's people need this.
You know, that's really what the point is, that people need this. People need to understand that by helping others, there's benefits that can be had for each other and for themselves and their families. I wanted to bring on Ruth Ann. Ruth Ann is one of our new transformation affiliates, and she is just a sweetheart. I just got to speak to her just recently, and just her joy of seeing that she's being rewarded for her efforts has just been amazing. Ruth Ann, can you come on and tell us a little bit of,
Amazing is an understatement, Josh. This is the first time in my entire life, and I'm 75 like your mom, and I've done multiple multi-level companies throughout my lifetime. I have never experienced such fast compensation in my lifetime. I had to call you because I couldn't hardly believe what I was seeing in my back office. And you all said, you and Kara said, just focus on sharing the products. And so that's what I was focusing on. I didn't have a clue. how the marketing plan, compensation plan was working for me. And then Michelle said, go in your back office and look. And all of a sudden I'm back there and it was like $600. And then a couple of days later, it was like over 1,000. And I'm going, what? How is this happening? All I can tell you is I love it and I'm sold. I'm here to stay. I'm so excited about the comp plan and the products. And I'm honored to be here tonight with all of you.
We are honored to have you.
Thank
And Ruth Ann, you've been doing this, you've been only sharing this for a few weeks now, am I correct?
That's right. Just a little over a month, but of course it takes, a little bit of time to kind of warm up. And so I've only been really sharing it for about 3 weeks. So I would say to earn over $1,000 in 3 weeks, that's pretty exciting.
That is excellent. Absolutely excellent. And the thing is, yeah, I will tell you that not just the warmness of your heart by helping the people, but when you recognize what's possible for you, it expands your vision of what is possible. So
Yeah.
now that you've made this in such short period of time, what do you think you're going to make as you go forward? Let me ask you that, Ruth Ann.
Thousands.
You can,
I see it. I really do.
you can see it.
And I never saw it before. This is the first time. And that's why my heart is just beating with such incredible joy and gratitude, because I've worked so hard in the past, so hard, and never experienced this fast of a reward. And I know it's going to even get better and better.
And that's one of the major points that I like to show people is when we're actually bringing in all of this for ourselves, to hear it is one thing, but to receive it is a whole nother. When you receive it, when you've hit those levels, when you've started seeing the compensation plan come on, now you have the vision and the ability to take it even further because you know it's possible.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's the beautiful thing. And I'm expecting to see amazing things and you come up the leadership level as you go forward. By the way, Ruth Ann, congratulations on district, the first leadership level. So I just am very, very excited for you. I wanted to bring on Michelle Moore. Michelle has been a representative with us for quite some time, but she just got to the point where she recognized, understood what this is, and she has just taken off like wildfire recently. And she's been sharing with every one of her friends. And Michelle, would you come on and tell us a little bit about your story with this?
Well, the most amazing thing to me is that almost 2 years ago, when I brought friends on and we all did the 4-month red blood cell thing, the same people have come over and they are starting again. And now we understand. But 2 years ago, Josh, we did not have the share and care system. And that is making it so that I feel so confident that I can bring someone in who has never made it before in network marketing. They have not achieved their goals. But now we have this way with this putting the text out so that you're talking with the people who contact you back. And I was very busy in the beginning, and I've just started sending texts out, and I've made a commitment to send them every single day, no matter what, before I go to bed. And I've learned that consistency and everything in networking is so simple. But in the last 2 years, I have become aware of how inconsistent I have been in the past. And that's probably why I was my biggest reason for not achieving things. Plus the fact that so many people don't want to pick up the phone, and they don't see everybody as one of God's children. And it's so wonderful to have spiritually like-minded people in this family who are here on a mission to reach out and to allow the doors to be open. Open now the door, prepare the means, make safe the path. And it isn't us that are doing it. The door is being opened. And now we, with this wonderful, simple text and all of these presentations every night,
Yes.
it's just wonderful. And I love on the presentations, I love the back and forth communicating and the interviewing style so much. I really, those seem so sincere and so real. So back to you, Josh.
Thank you, Michelle. And I will tell you that you are so amazing. You know, not you're in your retirement, and here you are helping other people and
Yes.
bringing in significant income for yourself by helping others. I heard in the last presentation with my mother, Michelle, that you're 86 years old and you're running your own business. That is absolutely powerful. And I just want to applaud you for everything that you do. And Michelle's brought in a number of people recently and has created a very good sized downline. If I'm correct, you are national on your way to gold. Am I correct?
That's correct.
Oh,
And
I
have
love
9
that.
affiliates. But you said to go for 12, so I'm going to go for 12.
Absolutely. And Ruth Ann, who is one of her affiliates,
Yes.
is now starting the business. So Ruth Ann will be your first on your way to make it to the leadership level of gold, which
All right.
you will need for gold. You requires 5 nationals, 3 on one side and 2 on the other. And we know that Ruth Ann will be your next national. So just applaud
right.
you. And I want to bring in Cher. Cher is just amazing. She's beating people on the tennis court. Let me explain that a little better. She's playing against 30-year-olds on the tennis court in competitions, and she is winning consistently. And she is having so much fun showing them what she's doing to be able to create such an amazing athletic performance, but she's bringing people in by doing what she loves. That's one of the keys with this is you do what you love, you be with the people that you love and you cherish.
Yes.
Those people will start understanding your message of why they need iHercules, why they need iRevive, because they get to know you. They see what it does for you. Now, Cher, I want to bring you on and just tell us a little bit about what this has done for you. I know you've made some significant income with this, but I'll have you speak about that a little bit.
Okay. Well, I've been with New Extract for 3 years now. And April, this month, I've been 3 years. And I brought on board a couple of doctors, naturopath doctors, and I didn't even know how to get to the pay quicker where you actually get income. And it was just rolling. And every time I look, there would be another 1,000 or 1,200. And before I realized it, there was 3,500. and I am used to working a business, which I owned 3 big offices and like 15 to 18 hours a day. And that was normal for me. But iHercules just telling people, how to reverse your age, and by 20 years from 72 to 52. It was just amazing. But the money just flowed through with just talking, just talking. And I was earning a bunch of money without even knowing how to get the money out of Pay Quicker. It's ridiculous. But it's just a phenomenal business, and I have committed that I will be very serious. I have a few little blocks with two other businesses that are just exploding right now, so they have occupied my time. But I have brought on a few tennis players, and they have tennis elbow. They're all wrapped up here. They have knees all wrapped up. And here I am without anything and lots of energy. And it's all to do with iHercules. And of course, my face is with the iRevive. Oh my God, I'm getting less and less wrinkles. And my animals are all on iHercules and iRevive. And so I'm just very blessed and honored to be on the planet at this time as we go up into ascension with this type of product. Because the next at least 2 or 3 years, it's going to be chaos before new order. And I believe that new extract is the new order, and it's also going to supplement people that are going to be financially strapped and really in trouble. And so they need us financially. They truly need something like our business that is so easy to just talk to people. And then they tell you their testimony, and this is better and that is better. And all you do is just spray a couple of times a day and eat a cracker. I mean, how easy is that? It's been a blessing in my life. My whole family's on it. All my animals are on it. So we are a new extract family.
Kare, I love that. When you said one thing, I just wanted to go back on. You were saying that you had 3,500 in income, but where you meant
No, 1,000. I meant, you see, I'm not good with numbers. You know that. 35,000, and I didn't even know how to get the Pay Quicker to go to my bank account. I didn't know any of that stuff. None of it.
That's the beauty of this. The beauty of all of this and what we're here trying to show you is make it your intention to help others. The money flows. I want to really show you give you my testimonial. So my mother, my whole family is doing this. This is our livelihood. But my wife, when we came in, started New Extracts, it was literally 2 weeks after my oldest was born. And within a very short period of time, one of our goals as a family is that my wife could stay home. She could be home with the kids. My wife was a senior adjuster for a Fortune 500 company. She was doing significant income. We were able to replace that so that she could stay home. And for the last 4 years, she has been home with the kids. We believe that the first 4 to 5 years of a child's life is when they learn who they are, their attributes of their personality. Well, we want their attributes to be modeled after mommy and daddy. So mommy and daddy have to be here. This business has also allowed me to actually be close to my family. I work from home. I'm sitting in my kitchen right now. You can't see it, but I work from home, which means when took nap time, I could walk into their room and I could put them down for a nap because it was a 15-minute, hour-long break from my day. Like, I'm there. That's what this business has given my family, and it's not just my family. As we started doing this after our second year of doing this, we brought on an office manager. So my family is now blessing another family. And our office manager, Ashley, a lot of you know her. She handles a lot of the day-to-day stuff, but here we are. When we brought her in, she was working at she was running childcare facilities, and we're able to afford to pay her far more than she was making running childcare facilities. And it's all because of the products do what we say they do. They work. By knowing the products work, by being able to share them with people we love and we care about, we're creating differences in others' lives, which warms our hearts. But then the company, for doing this, takes care of us so we can do it over and over and over again. And with that being said, I want to go into the compensation plan and just show you all very quickly, with the panelists that are on, if you'd like to stay on and just ask questions, would absolutely love them. Donald, if you would bring on some of those slides, and we'll just quickly go through them. Okay, so we can teach people the compensation plan. Okay. So where we're going to start here is the basics. This is the fast start bonuses. Now, there's $100 paid on a $598 package to the sponsor. But as you've heard me say this before, leadership level is the most important thing in this company. As you go up the leadership level, it really does pay more. Now, if you bring someone in with a $598, you're going to make $100. But if you're a regional, which is our second leadership level, there's a $40 regional bonus. So you now will have made $140. If you are a national, which is our third leadership level, there's a $20 bonus. So you're going to make the $100 plus the 40 plus the 20, and then it goes up from there, $10 for gold, $10 for platinum, and $2 for diamond platinum. Now, that's very good money, but let me show you how it's even bigger. Okay. Nope. Let's go back, Donald. First, one more slide. Okay. So let's say you just heard from Cher. Let's say I bring in Cher personally, and Cher, as a new affiliate, signs up a new person. Now, Cher is going to make $60 or $100 for sharing, but because Cher shared, I like that, Cher shared, I will make $60. Now, if I'm a regional, I'll make $100 to get the $60 because Cher shared. And I will also get the regional because Cher's not a regional yet. So I will make 100. She will make 100. If I'm a national, which is 2 participants and 8 transformation affiliates, 4 on each side, Cher, as a new transformation affiliate that I personally enrolled, brings someone new in for a $598. She will make $100. That doesn't change. But because I'm a national, I will make 120 because Cher shared. Now, the thing is, as you're bringing in more and more people and they all start duplicating this, how much are you making? If I'm making $120 as a national because I brought one person in who decided to share with another, and I make $120 for something that they did, it's a beautiful system. And many people, as you have, as you can have underneath you sharing, brings you in abundance as they're making the abundance for themselves. Now, I'm going to open up the chat too, so I can follow along if anyone adds anything in. Now, with this, I'm going to go to the next slide, Donald. This is the Anytime Simple VIP bonus. So what I want to show you is anytime that you bring in 2 people within a 15-day window, there's a VIP bonus that's paid on top of what you normally make. So if I bring in a $598 and within 15 days I bring in another $598, I'm going to make $100 as just a regular affiliate. This is my first person I bring in. I'll make $100. Now, if I bring in another person within 15 days, I'll make another $100. And because I've done that structure in 15 days is a $150 bonus on top. So I have effectively made $350. Now, if it's a $598 and a $299 package, it's a $100 bonus. So if it's two $299s in that 15-day window, it's a $50 bonus. Now, I'll give you the same example. Go back one slide, Donald. Now, if I'm a national using this scale, okay, and I bring in a $598, so I make 100 plus I make the 40 and I make the 20 for being the national. So it's $160. Now I do that twice. And within 15 days, go to the next slide over. And I get the $150 anytime VIP bonus. I make $470 for bringing in 2 people because I'm a national. Do you see how this starts building? Mm-hmm. And this is only the upfront money. This is not we haven't gone into all of the different payouts, but there's a lot of money upfront for sharing. Now let's go to the next slide right quick. In this company, there's also matching bonuses. So I'm going to give you the example with Share. If I brought her in, if she's starts doing the business, whatever she makes from the binary, because I personally enrolled her, I can actually make up to 50% based on my leadership level on anything she makes from the binary. So it's either 10%, which is district, regionals 20%, 30% as a national. Go to the next slide, Donald. Gold is 40%, platinum's 50%, diamond platinum's 50%. Now, just to give you an example of what that looks like, if Share goes up the leadership level, she becomes a gold, she becomes a platinum, and let's say she's maxing out the binary. Let's say she goes to diamond platinum, max out the binary at $10,000 per week. Well, if I'm a national, or let's say gold's in front of us on the screen. So let's say I'm a gold and she's making $10,000 a week. I'm making 40% of that in my personal that comes to me. So it's my matching bonuses on what she makes off the binary. And that, so if we do that, for an example, if she's making 10,000, then I'm making 4,000 because she made 10. It is in your benefit at all places through this compensation plan to help your people. The thing that matters is if your people need 3-way calls, take time out of your day, help them, because you're being rewarded for everything that they do. Okay. Let's go to the next one right quick. Oh, let's see where we at on time tonight. Bear with me 1 second. Okay, we're doing good. So this is, let me actually ask the panelists while we're going, is all of this making sense as I'm going through it quickly tonight?
Yes.
Yes.
I have a quick thought.
Teach me, tell me.
So if a person comes in, they sponsor a person within, say 10 days, they've got their second person who is enrolled in the 598. So that's within the first 15 days. And then they bring in a third person on day 14. Does that day 14 then start another 15-day cycle?
For the VIP any day, and so what you just said is a little misleading, okay?
Mhm.
Your initial first 15 days you come in, there are extra bonuses
Mhm.
that you can get, okay? You can make over you can make $1,050 in your first, well, technically in your first 15 days, you can make over $3,000 if you go to national in your first 15 days. But after that initial first 15 days of coming in, you can, that VIP, when you bring in your third person, so your second person would have brought in the VIP bonus, anytime bonus. Your third person would have started that clock all over again.
Yeah.
So
Thank
you can get that VIP anytime bonus over and over and over
again.
again. And the purpose of that clock is once you have achieved success by helping another person, it prompts you to do it again. So it becomes this beautiful cycle of just helping others and bringing people in.
Thank you.
Thank you, Peggy. And all the panelists that are on, feel free to just chime in, ask questions as we go forward into this. What we're looking at on the screen at the moment is how we get paid on auto ships. So any of the auto ships that are over $79 or higher, $10, this is the direct payment of it. $10 gets paid to the sponsor. $5 gets paid to the sponsor's sponsor. $2 gets paid to the upline regional. $5 to the upline national. $2 to the upline gold. $2 to the upline platinum. And $2 to the diamond platinum. Well, look at how much they're paying out on a $79 bottle.
Yeah.
This is going back to the field. It is absolutely phenomenal. On most companies that pay, no, there's really not any other companies that are paying this heavy to the field. But you would expect that it would be a balloon and they squeeze it one side or squeeze it the other. This amount gets paid directly to the field. And then the portion goes into the binary that we haven't even got into yet. But the piece I really want to go into is when you start getting to these levels where you're sharing with all these people, you get a lot of $5, a lot of $2, a lot of these ones that you don't know where they're coming from, because it's not based on, if I enroll, let's do a lineage here. If I enrolled Cher, who enrolled Peggy, who enrolled Michelle, who enrolled Ruth Ann. These are all the panelists that we have on tonight. And Ruth Ann brings someone in, and none of them have made any of the leadership levels yet. I'm going to make the regional, let's say I'm a national. I'll make the regional bonus because Ruth Ann shared. I'll make the national bonus because of Ruth Ann shared. And then on her people, as they share, will be linked to me because the people that are below me have not made these leadership levels yet. So you want to go up the leadership levels as fast as you can to get as much of this. going to you. Does that make sense to everyone?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Here are the payouts for if it's under. For example, we have a $49 bottle of iRevive cream. So when you're looking at this, this is a payouts for the $49 bottle of iRevive cream. $5 to the sponsor, $2 for the sponsor, $1 paid to the upline regional, $2 to the upline national. Next level, or next slide, Donald. $1 to upline gold and $1 to platinum. And this works identical to just what we spoke about on the last slide. Let's go to the next one. Now, there is different bonuses that you hit when you first get started. Or let me rephrase this. When you hit these first 3 leadership levels, you have the ability of obtaining these extra bonuses. District, which is just 2 participants and 2 transformation affiliates, does not matter which package they are, will pay $250 if you're within your first 15 days, the time at the time that you purchased your first package. If it's outside of the first 15 days, it will pay exactly half. Now, regional, when you hit that within your first 15 days, which are the same 2 participants that are customers and 5 transformation affiliates, you will make $400 as an extra bonus. And if it's without the first 15 days, it's exactly half of that. National, when you get to 8 transformation affiliates within your first 15 days of coming in, there's a $600 bonus that's paid on top of that. Now, if it's outside of that first 15 days, it's exactly half. So I'm going to do a quick tally because most people think, okay, I hit national, I made $600. That's not the case. This shows you how substantial this is. If you got to national, you first got to district, so you made $250 in your first 15 days. But then you would have gotten regional, so you would have made another $400 in the bonus. And then at national, you would make $600. So that's $1,250. $1,250 for hitting national in your first 15 days. Now, if it's outside of that first 15 days, which is perfectly fine, you make exactly half. So these bonuses are pretty substantial, is what I wanted to point out. Now let's go to the next slide. Dual team binary commission. This is the other part of our compensation plan, which we get rewarded on a coded basis, which is what we just spoke of. Now we're going to be talking about the binary side. The binary side works on points. Everything that is purchased below you to infinity creates a binary amount. Example, a 598 package. When someone 10 or 15 levels below you sells a 598 or purchases a 598, it creates 225 BV points. So when you have 500 total, which there's a left leg and a right leg, so 200 BV accumulated on your left leg, 300 BV on your right leg would push out a binary cycle. And based on your leadership level is based on what you make. And this has a cap at the highest levels of $10,000 per week. And then when you hit any of the caps, you can open up other positions. But just the $10,000 a week, and it automatically, if you come in with a 598 package, you get 3 positions. which means that you can make over $1 million a year just from the binary. That's how substantial this is. Don, let's go to the next slide. Here are the binary payouts. I want you to look at them. The dollar amounts look small, but when we're talking of all these people that are below you, you may have never spoken to, but because one person shared with another person who shared with another, you're getting compensated for everyone to infinity. That infinity word is massive. Now, for example, I have 4,000 people in our downline. We're being compensated on multiple levels on every single one of them. If it's from the binary or if it's in the coded section of it, let's say the fast start. Now, when you're district, you can make $20 per cycle, up to, and there's a cap of $500 per week, which is $2,000 per month. Okay. Regional, you make $22 per cycle. And you can make, at the cap is $1,000 per week, which is $4,000 per month. Now, national, which national is the leadership level we want everyone to get to. Look at the pay difference. $30 instead of $22. And the cap is $3,000 per week. It is just leaps. It just, see how it just keeps on going as you go up the leadership level. Gold is $30 still, but the cap goes up. It's $4,000 per week. Platinum, it's $35 per cycle and $6,500 per week. Diamond platinum is $40 per cycle and $10,000 per week, which is $40,000 per center. And you can have more than one center. Once you've created one center, you've hit the cap, half of the next center is already built because that next center is directly below your first center. So you've already built half a downline to help you along the way to build the next center. So great problems to have. Let's put it that way. Let's go to the next slide, Donald. Or is that our end slide? That is our end slide. Perfect. With that being said, I want to thank every one of the panelists for coming on tonight. You all are just absolutely amazing. And this is such a fun thing to do. So
let's do it again.
Let's do it again. With that being said, I want to bid everyone a good night. And Donald, would you take us away with a song?
In the land of Hercules, where dreams come true, there's a secret potion that'll make you brand new. No more zombie cells, no more aching bones. Like a second chance, we'll reclaim our thrones. Organs, tissues, muscles all working strong. Feeling 20 years younger, singing that old town song. Oh yeah, wave goodbye to aging. Let the years unwind in the land of Hercules. We're all behind. Get rid of zombie cells for a life that's true. Yeah. Feeling young and free, like we used to do. In the land of Hercules, you.